Hello, everybody. My name is Jeremy Johnson with HeFedSheFed.com, and this is episode 41 of Brew You. This is a show where I basically review some beers, and today I have a special treat. This is Dogfish Head's Birra Etrusca Bronze. Now, this is a one of their ancient ale series. Sort of autofocus there. Dogfish Head basically traveled to Rome with a molecular biologist and with some other brewers in Italy, um, examined and found that 2,800 years ago there was some evidence in Etruscan tombs that these people would enjoy ale and have brewed and drank beer. And so the Sam from Dogfish Head and some of the Italian brewers from, I think, Baladin and what was the other one? Let's see here. Baladin, excuse me, and Birra del Borgo decided that they were going to do a series where they tried to recreate the recipes, these ancient recipes, and that's why these ales were brewed. And each of the brewers decided to use typical ingredients that were to be found in the ancient ales, but also ingredients that were unique, different yeasts and different materials, ancient materials to add to the brew. And so Dogfish had decided to use bronze in their brewing, which is why it's called bronze. And Baladin used wood, and Birra del Borgo used terracotta as a sort of a supplement to brew in. So I'm real curious to see this. I don't believe I've had this before. I've had a couple of their larger format ancient ales and some interesting things. So I'm really curious to see what this is going to bring. Among the recommended pairings is spiced pickles. So I picked out some of my wife's homemade pickles here. They're kind of spicy, and we'll see if that actually pairs well. So let's crack this puppy open and see how it goes. All right. Nice bit of smoke on the opening. I was a little worried about this because this was actually bottled in December 2012, so it's been sitting around for a while. And I just want to make sure that it sounds like it's nice and carbonated, so you could never tell when you pick up these. And I did get this for like a buy two, get one free, so. All right. Pours a nice bronze color, as you might suspect. A little bit cloudy, not very clear. Some good carbonation, you can see that. All right. Yeah, very deep golden. The carbonation is all but dissipated. That could indicate sweetness. It is 8.5 ABV, so it could be a little on the sweet side. There's a few little bubbles traveling up there, not a whole lot at this point. It's not super carbonated, so let's give this a whiff. Okay. Yeah, it smells very mead-like. Has a very sort of honeyed sweetness. That's the first thing you notice. A sort of metallic smell, but maybe that's just my imagination. Get some spices now. A little bit of sourness. You can smell the yeast. It's got just a nice little pinch of sourness there. Maybe a little bit of fruit, or I see here they used hazelnut flower, pomegranates, Italian chestnut honey. So there's definitely wildflower honey in here. It smells kind of nice. So I'm going to go ahead and give this a sip, see how she goes. Good mouthfeel, very frothy, but kind of light and a little bit of herbaceous quality going on there, a little bit of like just fresh cut flowers, not rose petals, but maybe something a bit more like daisies or sunflowers, a little bit of sunflower type thing going on. some sweetness. You can definitely tell the honey. I've brewed a couple beers with honey, and it just has that really distinctive um, light coating, but just that little bit of a sour arc. Let's try another bite here, another sip. Mm. Mm. A little bit of licorice taste going on, especially the back end. Uh, tastes very lively, a little bit of acidity maybe. Not sure what that would be. Mm. I don't know if you can hear that or not, but our next door neighbor's dogs are going crazy, so that's always a lot of fun. All right, I'm going to try it with the pickles and see if that changes the taste at all. Mm. Wow. Mm. Well, the spice from the pickles definitely cuts through the sweetness, so you get much more of a bready quality. If you, yeah, it changes the taste profile quite a lot. Um, it's just way less sweet, much more floury, much more bready. Mm. Yeah, it's it's good. I like it a lot. It's a bit heavy. You can tell that because of the ABV being so high. That this is really kind of a sipper. But and I kind of think that the flatness may have something to do with the bottle being a little bit on the older side. Although there was a nice little pop there from the opening, so I might be mistaken about that. Um, just not a whole lot of head going on there. You do see just a little bit of active stuff going on. So, it does cling to the glass, sides of the glass quite well. Let's try another pickle here. Mm. And then the pickling, I think we used what was it, anise. So that might be complementing the sort of licoricey tastes that are coming off of here. On their website, it says sarsaparilla-like, so you get that sort of root quality, which reminds me of some of the Cigar City. What is it? New Lips of Faith series that Cigar City did with who's the other brewer? Not New Holland, but I can't even think of it now. But it's the same sort of like rooty quality that they had. And no, that's not dogs being killed in the backyard. It's our neighbors, very annoying dogs. So, um, okay, so that's pretty much it. It's a nice solid beer. In these larger formats, particularly, uh, they basically want you to consider this as an alternative to wine at the dinner table, and the fact that this did pair so nicely with the spiced pickles, I think that sort of makes sense. This would be a very nice complement to a meal. Another one of the pairings that they had recommended was a really rich bolognese sauce. So you could do a pasta and pair this with that. Just a nice pasta sauce, meat sauce, really. Um, Tonight I'm doing turkey pizza on pumpernickel, so we'll get a chance to try that, and I don't think that'll be a great pairing with this. We'll find out. Um, but I like this quite a bit. So the Birra Etruska Bronze from Dogfish Head Brewery. It's quite nice. I can't remember what I think I paid $10 for this, and it was a buy two get one free with a bunch of other stuff in Livonia is where I picked it up. And I'd say it's well worth it. They did a really good job. It's a solid, very sort of unusual beer. It is sort of mead-like, but there's just so much else going on in there. It's a lot of fun. So I'm probably going to give this an 8 out of 10. It's not something I'd want to drink every day, but it's quite nice. I enjoy it. and I look forward to more ancient ales. All right, well, that's going to do it for the beer portion of the show. Um, I did want to just talk briefly about a couple things, geek related. Went and saw Guardians of the Galaxy last weekend and loved it. I've never read a single issue of the comic book, so I don't have anything to compare with it. To me, it was just a movie, and I'm a big fan of director James Gunn, who did Slither and the PG porn series, if you saw that on the web. And I just love his sense of humor and his sort of affinity for grotesque things, which I think fits really nicely into the Guardians of the Galaxy motif and all the themes there. And I think he did a really great job. I think everybody involved did a really solid job. So I enjoyed that immensely, and I urge you to go see it. The other thing I wanted to mention to you real quick was Alien Isolation. I saw an extended gameplay or listened to an extended gameplay story from a couple of folks at IGN, and this game comes out on October 7th, just in time for Halloween, which is nice. But this is a game I think that's going to be one that I'm going to snatch up pretty quick because it looks pretty dang scary. And I like stealth games anyways, although I like action games too. I tend to go more towards the stealth. And so I'm really looking forward to that. At first, it's essentially you play Ellen Ripley's daughter, who comes aboard the spaceship Nostromo, and encounters the alien. And so it's sort of that story, like what happened between Alien and Aliens, more or less. And but in addition to this main story, from what I understand, there are adventures. Maybe it'll be DLC, or maybe it's out of the box. I'm not sure. Where you actually play Ellen Ripley in sort of the Alien movie, the first movie, and it looks pretty nice. It looks very scary, very atmospheric. From what I understand, the AI is incredible. That you can't simply just do like you do in other shooters, and like in Thief, for instance, that's a great example where you can learn the patterns of the NPCs, the non-player characters, and then sort of use that pattern to get to where you need to go or do what you need to do. But from what I understand, it's the AI in Alien Isolation is much more advanced, much more responsive to your every move. So it sounds like a real nail biter. I'm looking forward to that. So, okay, well, that's all I've got for you today. Go ahead and pick up a bottle of Birra Etrusca if you see that sitting on the shelf somewhere. And in the meantime, I hope you guys have a great week and rest of Sunday. And hopefully we'll see you next time. Brew You.